When you're recruiting in China, have you noticed that platforms such as LinkedIn and others that you're used to using overseas, they don't work here in China? The best candidates might not be the ones who speak the best English. Finding good talent here in China is not easy. And this is such a problem when you need someone who's managing a team, managing the production of millions of dollars of goods. Today, I've brought on Connie Wang, a supply chain specialist recruiter and university lecturer at one of the top universities in Guangzhou, to talk to us about recruitment, talent, and how to find them. By the end of this episode, you will know when to use a recruiter, how to find the right channels and the right talent, and also how to assess a candidate who looks good on paper but might not stack up in real life. My name's Benjamin King. This is On the Ground. Let's start the episode. So, Connie, thank you so much for joining us.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, and obviously, we work together on recruitment projects, but you're also a lecturer at university.
Yeah.
So, how did you end up doing recruitment and teaching at the same time?
Yeah, it's a really interesting question. Yeah. And so in my job, I found a lot of practical insights. And I also think that a lot for the university students, they have a lot of theory, but they don't have practical insights from the real business world. Based on my previous MBA education experience, I think that I can share this to the students. And then on the other hand, by teaching in the university, I can know how and what the students are expecting from the business world, and which can also help me to recruit. This is the reason why I'm teaching.
It's a cycle, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel the same. Learning through my HR and our supply chain employer of record, we learn so much, and I want to then bring that on and give people practical tips. So it's great. So in your recruitment now, can you tell me the kind of roles that that clients come to you for? What are you recruiting for?
As you know, that I have already in this field for about more than 12 years. So I accumulated a lot of experiences. I can support the customers, no matter from the manufacturing and maybe some IT and maybe real estate. I have the experience and the knowledge in all the industries. And for the functions, I can help clients to recruit no matter in operation, manufacturing, human resources, finance, or something like that. Most of the industry and the positions I can help. But for some niche, just like the role FF&E project manager, it's very niche. For this kind of position, we need to discuss further with the customer to see if we can support.
Yeah. So let's say a foreign company has a role they need to fill in China. At what point should they, pick up the phone to a recruiter and instead of trying to find it themselves?
For some situation, maybe for the first scenario, the client doesn't have a company in China, so they don't have the brand, and it is hard to attract the candidates. This is the first one. The second one is that they have already opened this position for about 1 month, but they didn't get suitable candidates. And the third, maybe this is a confidential recruitment. For example, maybe they want to lay off an employee, or maybe let's say this role is for a new business. They just want to keep it confidential or something like that. And the fourth one is that maybe they want a person to have mixed skill set.
Yeah, that's interesting. That first point about the brand in China. I mean, we see that with a lot of companies overseas. You know, all of their website, all their marketing is all in English, and they have a very strong brand. But inside China, they may not be known at all, and really having to build up that. That development, and that's something that we're trying to do with Kinyu. So to try and build our own brand and become a good employer.
And also you can help the client to maintain and improve their brand. This will help in their future recruitment.
And also our clients, we're trying to have a bigger brand, so our clients can use our brand to employ to attract good people. And what's the cost of getting it wrong?
If hiring a wrong person, maybe there are two sides. The first side is if you hire a wrong person, if you want to lay him off, you need to spend a lot of money because in China, the labor law protects employee first, and also he will waste the time. And the third one is that maybe he will ruin the relationship with the client, or maybe cause some risk, and also maybe you will miss the right person.
Opportunity cost.
Opportunity cost.
And we were talking earlier about some of the factory. You've hired like GMs in factories, right?
And for this kind of role, it's very critical. Because after the recruiting this kind of role, the company needs a lot of time to interview. And for this kind of senior position, they need a long time to. If he is a person or still on job, he needs about 2 or maybe 3 months to leave his previous company. So this kind of time cost. And after joining the company, the company still need 3 or 6 months to see if he is very suitable or capable or something like that. This will also have some time cost. And during this time, maybe if he made some wrong decision, it's very risky for the company.
That's a good point. We work with lots of clients who have production cycles in China, and they have seasonality in peak and troughs, and so sometimes they can't really be tested until maybe 6 months after they've joined. So it's really important to get it right. And like you said, like the GM of a factory, you're running 200 people, maybe manufacturing millions of dollars of product. Is really it's so important to find the right person. Otherwise, it's going to cause much bigger costs, right?
Maybe for the client we discussed, this is a very important manufacturing site for the client. If the supply chain, if there are some problems, it will cause serious supply related issue.
It sounds like a critical supplier to that US company. So, let's talk about the time when I picked up the phone, because we've worked together. We've recruited some very interesting positions together.
I'm very happy.
And so Connie and I, we worked together on several positions. One of them being an FF&E project manager. So that's
a lot.
is in the real estate and construction, which is furniture, fixtures, and equipment. So it's a very highly specialized role. What were we looking for that position?
I still remember the whole process. At the very beginning, we get some information from the client. And we work together to discuss how to. We didn't just begin to search on the internet or maybe some database. The first thing we do is we begin to discuss how the skill set the candidate should have and where the candidate can be. And I remember that for this kind of candidate, we get a conclusion that he or she maybe come from either interior design house and or maybe they can come from a hotel. At the very beginning, the client prefer candidate from hotel.
Yeah.
And the third, also maybe from some construction company and also real estate company.
So with that, really, you were sort of you were looking at the types of companies where this talent would be in.
Yeah, we first we first set the search cycle. And locate where the candidate can be. And then we begin to search. But our preference is still not on the website. Because in view of this role, the client have a lot of requirement. For example, English.
I remember. So strong communication skills, strong design skills, strong manufacturing network and experience. Right? And so there was I'd say it's almost like a holy grail of difficulty to find all these skills. But so I mean, what kind of channels would you use for that?
For the first one, I just like the HR we will do. I publish this role both on the public website and also in my private all kinds of groups. And this is the first thing. The second one is that I actively approach those kind of professionals. For example, some from my previous candidates, and ask them to make a referral. And the final result is that the successful candidate is from my referral, not from the open market. Because for this kind of candidate with both the design ability and project management experience and also the fluent English, this kind of candidate, they are not active on the open website.
So it tends to have to be someone someone knows someone already who can do all that. That's fascinating. And we also worked on a strategic account manager in the logistics industry. And it's a cross-border logistics industry, which is such a hot topic right now. It's such a fast-growing industry. I think in that, also in the logistics industry, there are a lot of like sales and BD people. So how did you cut through all of those kind of candidates and find the right person?
Just like you mentioned, there are so many sales-related candidates in this area. But the first thing I do is that I discuss with the client, and also we have a lot of discussion about the customer's key requirements. We summarize several clues. The first one, since this BD manager need to communicate with their US colleagues. So language.
So again,
the first English.
Communication skills is really important.
And since this is an international company, and the candidates should have multinational companies experience. And the third one, also about maybe some kind of culture. The candidate should be open enough and active communicator, because he is the only one in Shenzhen. He needs to be a very active communicator. And the fourth one, just like for the sales manager, after if the candidate meets the first three requirements, when interview them, I will ask some. I will use some kind of a smart interview method to ask into some really details. I mean, for sales related position, I will focus on some numbers, and the numbers I will dig out the details. Maybe for example, the sales volume. I will ask the logic behind that.
So when you say the logic behind the sales volume, what do you mean? Do you have like an example?
For example, if the candidate say that last year my sales I finished about 1 billion. I will ask among the 1 billion, how much is from the new client? How much is from the existing client?
Yeah.
And for the new client, I mean, where did you get the resources? I mean, if you establish the new connection yourself, or the company gave you the resources.
That's so important because, I mean, in my experience, I mean, the company should provide leads, but at the end of the day, when the BD manager should also have lead generation ability.
From my point of view, the sales manager, the BD manager should have the ability to find some sales leads himself because he is in the local market.
Yeah, that's really important. But also, like, being, in the logistics sector, that there are so many very pushy, hard, cold sort of sales logistics people who are just, you see them at Canton Fair or at the trade fairs, just trying to get your card, or we do shipping. And whereas we were really looking for someone much more strategic who can go after big clients, like big marketplaces. So it was a very, we really did have to cut through a lot of types of different candidates to find the right person.
Oh, another point I want to add that since our client, when we talk with our client, they said that in the future, this BD manager will support some clients in Shenzhen. That they are big existing customers. When I screen the candidates, I also will see if they already have this kind of clients relationship. I mean, if the candidates have already work with those kind of key account,
Well, that's really important because we were cross-border logistics, and it was air freight. It's small parcels. And I remember I interviewed a lot of people who had a lot of experience in freight forwarding and shipping and stuff like that, and probably very good at their job. But then trying to get them to transition into building these relationships and supporting, being the bridge on, small parcel air freight, and working with, these big cross-border firms like Shein and Temu, being responsible for a different type of business. It's difficult, and especially more experienced people, it's maybe more difficult for them to change into this sector. And
especially when the client, they only have one person located in China, they must find the candidates with ready to use.
Exactly.
Skill set.
Because that's the thing in the logistics industry. A big part of the value of the person in sales is their existing network. So if their network is all in, shipping lines and freight forwarding, then okay, great, they've got a really strong network. But then they're going to have to start again in this sector. So
because the client, they don't have time to train the candidates. So the ready to use skill set is very important.
So I think that with our recruitment project there, we saved the client a lot of time. They were able to plug this person into their existing conversations because this candidate had already been working on Temu projects and working with Shein. So I think that recruitment project added a huge amount of value, and they were responsible for the company. They're responsible for the shipping of like millions of parcels and value of goods. So, I think it was a great project.
I think the client like our candidate, right?
And so just moving on, to channels, we discussed a bit about the type of channels that you used. But really, how do you see like different channels as a recruiter in general? I mean, you mentioned the websites, you mentioned your groups and referrals. So, how do you manage your channels and keep, and develop them?
How to say, for the channels, as a recruiter, we will use the first one. We have our own database. We need to spend time to maintain our database, which is very valuable. And the second one, we also use some open website. Such as maybe LinkedIn or in China, some major websites, 猎聘, 5job, or maybe some other job portals. The third one is that I also use some maybe WeChat or some new media pathways.
Yeah.
Because a lot of some of my clients, they also use this as a channel.
Yeah. And you mentioned your database, and it needs to be maintained. So what do you mean by maintaining the database?
I mean, for candidates, normally in China, a candidate will change a job within about 3 years.
Yeah. So you need to keep it up to date.
Keep them update.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, do you use LinkedIn as a channel?
LinkedIn, I began to use LinkedIn from the year 2012.
Yeah.
At that time, because LinkedIn have operation in China, which is very useful. But recently, I seldom use because LinkedIn stopped their operation in China, which makes logging in is a bit challenging.
It is. It's very difficult.
So for a lot, for a lot of candidates, they don't have chance to post their profile in LinkedIn.
Yeah, or they just might not see a message that you're sending it to. I mean, this is what I tell our clients as well. I mean, we don't really use LinkedIn now for posting job positions because it's also just a very thin part of the market can even access it. I mean, some people have accounts, but then they're not regularly using LinkedIn.
Yeah, because it is not easy to log in.
Yeah.
And for a job portal, if it is not easy for a person to log in, I mean, there are fewer candidates. The job portal, I mean, the value will decrease.
Yeah, exactly.
I can only say in China, this is the situation. Maybe for other area, maybe LinkedIn is still useful.
Of course. LinkedIn is a very powerful tool, for many different things. But recruiting in China is not one of them.
Different story,
So what kind of channels do you have that, let's say, an HR manager in a company does not have?
Normally, I mean, the very important method for the headhunter is that we will get a referral. I mean, once, for example, for the FF&E position, when we get a new and special role, we will first I will access to my own database. Maybe in my database, I can find several related but not suitable candidates. I will begin talk with this candidate. And then after when talking with them, I will ask for referral. Then I will spread my referral network. This is our, we really are skilled on this part. But a lot of HR, maybe they don't have time. And maybe the company doesn't, their environment don't allow them to do this.
And there's also a volume thing because you obviously focus on recruiting. So you're recruiting all the time. Whereas an HR manager, they might have the odd position.
They will recruit all kinds of positions.
So they're not going to spend as much time building this referral because every time you do a project, your referral network grows and your database grows. So it's almost like a compounding thing. So I mean that's what we're trying to do as well. We're constantly recruiting and our database is constantly growing. So over time it becomes faster and easier for us to to find candidates. Let's move on to assessing the candidates. So
interesting topic.
So you've got whether it's referrals or public website, a fantastic CV lands on your desk. Can you tell me, how do you assess this person? What are you looking for?
For assessing the candidates, I think that the first point is that we should come back to the customer's key requirements about the position. I mean, the job responsibility first, and then after getting through the job description, we can get several key points. For example, the BD manager. He should speak fluent English. So the first thing, I will use English to screen out a batch of candidates. And then for the second one, the multinational experience, I will see their company, if their previous company are those kind of international companies. And then let's say, and the third one, if the client expect the candidate to have clients such as Shein or Tmall or something like that, I will screen to see if the candidates in their CV, they have this kind of keywords. This is the paper screening. And then in the interview process, I will, basing on the job description, I will design a formatted question list. I mean, to ask the candidate to verify, for example, the BD manager, to verify his sales experience. To dig into some details. In words, all the interview and the screen should be basing on the client's requirement.
I mean, it was funny with that BD manager role, because it was also a lot to do with onboarding, and there's quite a lot of technical sales to do with actually trying to cooperate with these companies. So, and I remember, I think in the end we found someone who had worked as a as like a product solution experience, because they'd had that experience sort of onboarding, working with these customers.
For the technical part, also for example, the FF&E position, we can use several methods to verify the candidate's technical capability. The first one, I mean, as a headhunter, we should be quick in learning. After getting this position, I can get some information from the website. And know several key terms, I mean, key technical terms. In interview, I can ask the candidate to see if she or he can answer fluently. This is the first one. The second one is ask the candidate to provide some, maybe his or her drawings or something like that. And to see if he, just use our common sense to see if it is good or not. This can also help.
I think that's really important to, when you're working with different industries and different clients, and they're going to have maybe, especially when it comes to quality or process engineering and all of this, there's a lot of quality terms that we need to be aware of. That's why for us as a supply chain focused employer of record and recruiter, we the more of these kind of positions that we're recruiting and employing, the more familiar that we become, and so that makes the vetting of these candidates a lot easier. And also, one big thing, like the projects that we're working on, and your experience is finding someone with the right cultural fit. Is everyone talks about it, but it's difficult to really define. I mean, how do you know that someone would be the right cultural fit for an international company?
This is a really critical part in recruiting. For this part, I mean, we will solve this problem from two sides. The first one, we should understand our customer clear enough. Only when we know the culture of the company, then we can find the standard to see if the candidate is suitable. And if we do the first part right, and then I will talk with the candidate. For example, if the client is the manager or the company prefer the candidate to be really logical, by communicating with the candidate, I will see how about his logic, everything, every question when he answers, I will follow his logic if his logic is clear enough. And the second example, for example, if the client the culture is very open, how to see if a candidate is open?
Yeah.
I will ask some questions, some open question to see his answer. Yeah, I can also make some judgment. Yeah, sometimes it's a kind of gut feeling, but the gut feeling for a recruiter, sometimes it's right.
Yeah.
But we can use some formatting questions to support and help our gut feeling.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the right questions can bring out the honest answers, right or wrong. You know, if someone's not right for this job, then I mean, we're working on a project. It's an international company, and I think someone speaking English is important. But actually, they've come back to us saying they don't need to speak very good English because we do everything online. And but do you find that if someone is recruiting in China, but they don't have the right spoken English, do you think they can still express themselves in written way with foreign companies?
I think most of the time I don't suggest the client to make this kind of choice because if the candidate is the only one, or maybe the just like the general manager, sometimes the company say we can maybe we can use a translator or something like that. But I mean, for the communication will not be very smooth. This will cause a lot of problems. I mean, sometimes the verbal communication, you can express every time you can during the verbal communication, you can express either by word, also by some gesture. Yeah. And only pure words sometimes will cause some misunderstanding.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And also, you could say the same thing in person or on a call or on a video. But if you write it down, it might come across the wrong way.
Yeah.
And I think being able to express yourself in a foreign language is a big part of the cultural fit.
Yeah, and also for some one of my previous clients, they have a translator, but most of the time the translator can't be very familiar with the details of the role. For example, when they interview a finance director, the translator don't know a lot of financial terms. He can't express and translate and interpret in a suitable way. This will cause future communication problems. Yeah,
and we always think that the first person that you hire in China and the leader of a potential team in the future, must have strong communication skills and English ability. Maybe in the future they'll hire other people below them, and maybe they don't need to speak English. But there should be at least one strong communicator, and that person should be the top person.
Yeah, this can help to guarantee the smooth communication between China and the headquarters.
Is there like a type of candidate that you see that looks great on paper, but actually when you interview them, that it's not going to work?
In fact, there are some kinds of candidates. They are really good at attending interview.
Yeah.
They can make their CV really attracting. And the communication, they have strong communication ability, and also they are good at expressing themselves. Yeah, there are this kind of candidate, especially salesperson.
Right, yeah. Well, because I mean, that is the other part of it is you definitely, just because they speak good English doesn't mean that they are right for the job. And so it's important that, yes, communication, they can express themselves better, but we also need to challenge them in terms of their experience and their ability, right?
Yeah. For this kind of candidate, we need to dig into more details. I mean, especially for me, my preference is focus on the candidate's the number in his CV. Because every number, behind the number, there should be some logic. Right. You can ask basing on this step by step. If he didn't do the thing himself, after you dig into several details, you can find okay, there are some problems. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you say the number, do you mean like, if it's a sales, then the number of sales?
Yeah. Even for quality manager. Also number is very important.
Yeah. So for a quality manager, what kind of numbers are you looking at?
For example, how about their all kinds of rate?
Yeah.
Yeah. For example, their fail rate and customer complaint rate, and maybe their improvement rate, and maybe improvement quality, how many issues they solve, something like that.
Yeah. And then you can dig in, you can ask more questions on those particular points. What did you do?
Exactly.
Yeah. And okay, we final question. If a foreign company right now, they need someone on the ground within 3 months, what is your advice to this company?
For this company, if they don't have a branch in China, I will strongly suggest they just find a good partner, just like Kinyu. Because this can help them to avoid the wasting of time. If they want to recruit themselves, because they are not familiar with the China market, they will waste a lot of time. And this is find a partner. And second one is find a reliable partner, because just like finding a wrong candidate, the same scenario. The partner should have the ability and the resources and the experience, something like that.
Well, brilliant. I mean, thank you very much, Connie. So, today, we talked about all sorts there, but just at the end there, if you are looking to hire on the ground, so important that you have the right partner. We at Kinyu, we're a supply chain focused employer of record. So you can obviously, talk to us, and, we've worked with Connie a lot on different projects. So, the key is to find the best person, no matter how you do it. If we find them, or if we work with great recruiters like Connie.
And also there are several points why the company should find a partner like Kinyu. Because most foreign companies, they don't understand the China labor law or something like that, which is very critical. And with our help, they can avoid the future problems. For example, the salary, the compensation, salary structure, something like that. Kinyu can help them to solve the problem.
Absolutely. So make sure you like and subscribe. Hope you found that useful, and we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you, Connie.
It's my pleasure.